Hey guys, and welcome back to Coffee with My Sunshine. And if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join our YouTube family. So today we are working on some boho style jewelry along with a little bit of home decor slash jewelry organization. For this first one, you're going to need a ruler, some sort of decorative beads. I got these at Michael's, I believe. And I thought they were super cute because they had different colors and they kind of went along with the boho style. And some of this leather cord. I like this because they're more of like the neutral colors, so it kind of goes with everything. So first you're going to take that leather cord and measure it out. I went with 24 inches or 2 feet because I wanted a little bit of wiggle room for you know, when I started doing the knots to tighten the bracelet. And then here you're just going to start adding on your beads. And I just would put some of the beads on and then wrap it around my wrist to see how many more I wanted. And I just kind of did that along the way. So it's going to be different for everybody. If you want your bracelets to hang a little bit, which that's what I like. I don't like them super tight or they bug me throughout the day. So I made mine a little bit bigger. And here I knew I wanted to add a few more, and actually at the end you'll see I should have added probably 2 more beads because it was a little bit sloppier than I wanted, but you know, it's all preference. So after you get the beads on how you want them, you do want to leave a little bit of the leather cord showing because you'll see here in a second you need a little bit of playroom for the cinch knots. So here you're going to take the leather cords. I'm going to try not to talk much because it's easier to focus on what I'm doing than what I'm saying. So you're going to kind of lay the leather cords next to each other. Take that top piece, wrap it around and make a loop, and then you're going to wrap it again, and you want to wrap towards you. And you want to make a second loop. So if you can see here, there's 2 loops. And then you're going to want to take that same end piece that you were using to make those loops and tuck them through both of the loops. And then kind of like wiggle it and move that knot to where you want it to be. And you just keep pulling. And it's gonna look like this. It's a little bit neater on the front. They're more parallel and they kind of cross in the back. So then you're going to take the bracelet after you did the first knot, flip it over, so you're going to be doing the same thing with that next piece of cord. And you're going to wrap it around and wrap it towards you. Remember, go around the leather cord that's coming out of the beads and make 2 loops. Take that end piece and tuck it through. And then here you're going to wiggle the knot around until you're happy with it. And this is basically it. It's you can cinch those, you pull them apart, push them together, and that can adjust the size so that you can get it over your wrist, and then you tighten it back up once it's on your wrist. So you can slide it and make it bigger. And then once you're happy with the size, you cut the ends, and I've seen on some of the tutorials where they singe the ends. I didn't have one of those tools, so I just used my hot glue gun. I don't really know that it was necessary with this leather cord, but I know some of the different cords that you use for bracelet making, they do fray. And that's it. I love the boho neutral coloring of this. For this next one, this is the little decor piece slash jewelry organization. I got this candle holder from Goodwill. It looks like it was $5.60 on clearance, but I got it from Goodwill for 99 cents. And I didn't really want to change the way it looked. I might in the future want to paint it or whatever, but I'm going to leave it. And then I took this little plate or bowl from the Target dollar spot, and I'll probably end up painting both, but right now, like I said, I wanted to leave them white. So I am just taking some super glue, and I thought this was cool because it has a really fine tip applicator, so it stays where you want it to be. And then I just set that little plate on the top after I put a little bit of hot glue just to hold it in place until the super glue dried. I think it's a really fast drying glue, but I wanted to make sure. And I thought this would be cute on a nightstand just to put like your jewelry on at the end of the day, and it keeps it up a little bit higher off the nightstand so the cat doesn't get up there and knock them off. So I like to take old jewelry. These are from my daughter's stash, and I like to keep them because I like to tear them apart and create new things, because you all know I like trash to treasure. So I'm taking these dangly black earrings. They are huge. I think I used them, or my daughter used them in a Halloween costume one year. But I'm just going to take them apart because I want that the little metal thing that runs through, and I don't know the names of these jewelry pieces yet. I'm going to be doing more, hopefully, because it's actually kind of fun to make your own jewelry. So I'm taking it apart and taking off that big black thing, and this is fun. So be sure to keep your old jewelry because you can reuse a lot of it. And these little pliers come in handy for sure, because a lot of the jewelry stuff is super tiny and hard to hold on to. So I'm taking that metal piece that went through that earring, and it has a little stopper at the bottom. I don't know if you could see that. And then I'm just putting the bead that was on there back on so that my beads don't, just slide right through. And then I just layered the beads on, and then I wasn't sure that I was totally happy with that. So I went and found some of our little tiny beads to put in between each of those wood beads. But you'll see that in a second. So then you're going to take the hook part of the earring and thread it back on, and you're going to take that wire and curve it over to hold that in place. And these are what I ended up doing. I took that one apart, and I'll show you that in a second, but I did the same kind of thing, and you can use any of these beads. These are just old ones that my daughter had from when she was little, but you can get that kind of thing at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. So I'm doing the same thing where I straighten out that wire piece, and I'm going to thread on the beads. I put the little metal bead at the bottom, and then I'm going to layer them and put the tiny bead in between, and then just layer them like I did last time. And I think it just gives it a little bit more interest. And I think they turned out really pretty. Let me know what you guys think. And let me know too if you guys want more like jewelry DIYs, because it's kind of fun. And this is in my little jewelry holder. I think it's really cute. So for this next one, you need some sort of, I'm using like a faux leather, but you can use whatever you have. I also bought more of those dangly earring hooks, and you need scissors and pliers. So here I'm just taking the back of that faux leather and tracing out like the type of earring I want. I want to do like a feather or like a leaf, I guess, but I ended up going with kind of like a feather look. So I just cut it out, and you can get, I think, templates for this online. I just freehanded it. So I took that, the first one I did, and then traced it just so that I could get, you know, the same size on the other side. And I forgot to show you, you'll need like a little hole punch. I have a really tiny one, and you can get those at like Hobby Lobby or any craft stores. So then I'm taking those little scissors and I am cutting lines in the side just to give it like that feathery look. So how many of you make jewelry, and do you have any good like tutorials you could send me links to or whatever, because I'm having a lot of fun doing this. And you guys always give me the best tips and ideas and tricks, so I would love to hear them. So after I was done, I'm going to take another earring or a couple of earrings that I had, and I'm going to take them apart because I actually need this little hoop. And I'm going to be getting all this stuff probably from Hobby Lobby or Michael's coming up soon. I just wanted to see if you guys enjoyed this kind of video first before I stocked up on that stuff. So then you take the little leaf or feather that you made, fold it in towards each other, and then you take your little hole punch. I don't know if you can see how tiny it is, but it's very little. And then you punch through both sides of the pinched fabric. And you want 2 holes because you want that ring to go through and actually hold the fabric like pinched. So then after I did the holes, I'm just marking them on the other one so that they're the same. I don't know if you can see, I'm sorry about my board. I know it's a little bit darker color than I usually work with, but I have to recover my table. So this is what I have to work with for right now. So then you're going to take that little ring, the one I took off of the old earrings, and you're going to push it through the front, and then you fold the fabric like you had, like pinch it, move the ring to the top, and you don't want to secure it or pinch it in the back. You want to secure it at the top, but pull it to the top. Don't pinch it yet. You want to put on the little earring hook and then pinch it as tight as you can. Just the loop, or just the the loop. And then I twisted it so that where I pinched it is actually inside the earring, kind of, so you couldn't see it at the top. And then you can like fluff up your earring. And then I went ahead and did the same thing with the other one. I think they're super cute. For this next one, you're going to need a ruler, a hole punch, the leather cord or whatever kind of cord you want to secure your bracelet, and another piece of fabric. I'm using a darker, thicker faux leather. For this, I'm just using a scrap piece. Don't mind this. I made mine about 8 inches long because that's just what fit good on my wrist. Like I said, I like them a little bit sloppy, but you know, just measure yours out and see what fits best for you. And then I am using this cutter that I got for Christmas. I'm so excited. And this cutting mat, my mom and dad got it for me, and it's gonna be so handy. And I love that the little measurements are on the cutting mat too. So I just cut it at 8 inches, and then I'm going to just clean up the sides and make them straight, or straight-ish. And then this is totally up to you too. This is totally up to you too, however big you want the bracelet to be, like how wide. Mine, I did 1 inch. And then for this, I used another ruler just to make sure my lines were straight, and you want to cut so that there's 3 pieces, but do not cut all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom. You still want it connected like this. Still getting used to this cutter thing, so and this all depends on the size you want too. So like I said, you want 3 pieces, leave them connected at the top and the bottom. And then you can round the edges, or you can just snip off the corners like I did. And this is going to be a braided bracelet. So first you're going to want to start braiding it. I did the right side over the center. Left side. So I'm just going to let you watch. It's just a little bit easier. So you just want to cross them over like a braid twice, and then this is where it gets kind of tricky. See that little opening right here? You want to take the end and fold it and poke it through, and then pull it to the bottom, and it looks all twisted and funky but just trust me, it works. It's kind of cool. So then you start braiding again. I'm trying to do this slow so that you can see. So you just braid one more section, just one more time, and then that opening on the other side, you're going to take the bottom and pull it through like you did, and it straightens out. Isn't that crazy? And then you're going to repeat the same thing. You're going to braid it, and you're going to do 2, I don't even know what to call it. Braid it over itself twice again. And then on the outside right piece, you're going to tuck the bottom in again, go up and over, and pull it through, and then it's all tangled. And then you start braiding again, just, you know, once over each other. And then take that end piece and poke it through the left hole and pull it through. And then it straightens out. And then you can pull and adjust the braid so that it looks more even. But I love that it's a braid and it's still connected at both ends. It's just crazy to me. So then you're going to take your hole punch and poke holes at either end. And then this is where you're going to use your cord or ribbon, whatever you want to use. Poke it through, knot the one end. And then poke the other side through. And then try on the bracelet before you knot it so that you can see the size that you want. And then you don't want to pull it super tight. You want to leave it loose so that you can knot it at that end so that you have room to you know, slide it on your wrist, and then you can tie it tight once you get it on there. And then once you're happy with the length, just cut off the extra and then you just knot it once you get it on your wrist and you're all done. Super simple, but super cute. So let me know what you guys think of this type of video. I want to include more of these. I think they're really fun and different. Also, if you have video suggestions, I love to hear them. If you have any tips, ideas, and tricks, I also love to hear those. I like to just get better and learn new things. Thanks so much for all your love and support. Don't forget, this Sunday, the 31st, is my Using Trash to Create Treasure Challenge. So if you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join our YouTube family. Pop into the comments and say hi. Also, if you're returning, you know I love to talk with you guys, so I would love to hear from you as well. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you liked it. It really helps out my channel, and share it if you liked it that much. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.